happening, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. We are in the loader truck, Daikie's driving, and we have an empty bed, and we're heading to the port. That means in roughly 10 minutes, I'm going to be able to say this very famous line. Say it with me down in the comment section. I know you know what it is, but we're gonna go pick up the Supra today. And I cannot wait. I have literally been sitting on the edge of my chair this entire time. If you watched the last video, you know how special this car is to me. You know the history behind it. We're picking it up. I cannot wait to get it. I cannot wait to see Daikie's reaction. I don't know if we're gonna get to the shop in time before May and Chi-chan have left, so maybe we'll film their reaction in the next video. But everything's been banking on this. It's finally time. Daikie, have you driven a Supra before?
No.
Do you think Supras are cool?
Yeah.
Yeah? do you like the Hachimaru Supra, the A80?
Yeah.
Do you think it's the coolest Supra out of all of them? Or do you like the pop-up light one?
I like A81.
You like the A81? Alright, cool. See, this is what I'm saying. if you say Supra, everyone thinks of the Mark IV Supra in their head. That's the picture they see. Am I wrong? Like, comments, let me know, guys. I know some of you are A70 fans, and don't get me wrong, I get it, the pop-up light's the older shape, but when I think about a Supra, I think of a Mark IV or A80. We are at the port. Come on, where's the Supra? Where's the Supra? I think that's the boat it came on. Dude, that boat is huge. Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. It's behind this truck. It's behind this truck. Ready? Are you guys ready in the comment section? Hey, yo, is that a Supra? Oh, I love it. And it's, look, it's even got the ramp set up so we can just drive it straight off. Oh, guys, I cannot tell you how excited I am. Daikie, what are your first impressions like? Do you like it?
Yeah, good car.
Looks like a good car, hey. Dude, it has brand new tires on it. Daikie, these are Valinos. Look, 295s. And what are they? Where is it? Oh, they're 08 GPs. Isn't that, wait, that's like the crazy grippy tires, right?
Yeah, it's for grip tires.
Right, for like D1 GP they use it, right?
Only for grip.
Only for grip racing, oh, okay. Wait, how is this antenna meant to go through the wing? Oh, there's actually a hole for it. Oh man, I'm so excited. So, the clutch still isn't bled. Dude, I think this is an OEM Recaro seat for this car too. Guys, how do I tell if this is an RZ model or not? I don't know. I'm going into the Supra platform blind pretty much. Oh my gosh. Definitely need to find the top thing for this, buy some interior pieces, but the car's beeping at me, which is a good sign. It means the battery isn't dead. But I'm gonna have to drive this with no clutch. We should be okay. We should be able to just kind of do a U-turn and we'll be mad. But let's see if it starts. No problem. Dude, this car sounds good. Sounds real good. All right, I'm gonna try and drive this with no clutch. We got the Supra on the bed. Fortunately, I have a full flat It doesn't look like it's that low, but because of how long the bumper is, you need to make sure that you're as level as possible, or got a bunch of ramps and had some planks of wood and stuff, but she's on there. You know, this wing is growing on me more and more. Freaking wild. I love it. Sappy said that they just kind of zip tied the bumper on because they had to remove it for transport, so just had to kind of make sure everything's good there. You can see it's loose, but it should be all right. Man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait, man. Let's get this back to the shop and start kind of digging into it a little. Way too excited. Let's lift this thing up. Look at these Advan GTs. I think these are my first Advan GTs. They look fresh as too. Damn. I really hope the rears are like 10 plus. They look it. I mean, if it's got 295s on there with that little bit of stretch, it's gotta be 10, like 10.5s. Let's go. She's up. Locked and loaded, baby. How much does Supras weigh? Because that thing looks like it's heavy. This thing on the back of my truck looks awesome. We've just gotten back to the shop. Oh. First thing I want to do is compression test this thing and just see what we're dealing with motor-wise, but I also just want to go over the car properly because we can put it on a lift and just check the car out. And I think I want to do that first and bleed the clutch and get it working. I'm going to get temp tags for this thing tomorrow too. That way we can drive it on the street and start diagnosing some stuff. Way too excited. I cannot wait. Well, this is definitely surreal. Now that we have this thing in the shop, I want to get this thing on a lift and have a good proper look underneath it and see what we got. And I want to bleed the clutch and make sure that's all good so that we can get temp tags tomorrow and take this thing for a drive before I even find out what's going on with the compression of the engine, because I just want to be able to take this for a little bit of a drive on the street. So let's do that. The thing also needs a wash. There's fingerprints everywhere all over it. But let's get this thing on the lift and let's see what we're dealing with under the body. We need to attach the bumper correctly too, because it's just sitting on there with zip ties. But man. Oh, I'm so excited. Seeing this in the shop next to the comp car, which by the way, don't let it fool you. The engine's all still in pieces here. As you can see. Still no motor. We're figuring that out though. We've got like 3 plans in motion right now. And I think you're going to be excited with all 3 depending on which direction we end up going. But still, this is what we need to sort out right now. Let's get it on the lift.
To Jay-Z, no shit.
All Fast and Furious references aside, this is what we're working with here, Daiki. What do you think?
Maybe.
a little full on, ain't it? What do we got here? What's going on here? Yep, definitely got some coolant leaking out. Yep, we need to fix that. That snapped clean off. Well, that's an issue. Otherwise though, got a little bit of work to do. First things first, I want to bleed the clutch. Let's bleed the clutch. Let's get this thing bled. And then we can start kind of diagnosing everything. Yeah, it has oil, but they had to disconnect the lines and we didn't have a power bleeder and we had an air pocket and we couldn't get it to bleed.
I think very low.
Yeah, it is fairly low for sure, but we need to be able to suck that through. Luckily, I got a power bleeder. Let's get this thing on the lift and have a look under the car and see what we're dealing with here. I'm genuinely scared to look under this thing. I had a pretty good look under it, so I know like there's pretty much no rust. But, you know, looking under a car properly on a lift, you find normally things that you can't see on the ground. So I'm a little scared. You know what? What the hell, dude? What the hell? Okay, so first of all, these are aluminum front subframes. There's a random hose that just goes to nowhere there. The power steering is what is going on here, wrapping around the front sway bar. That needs to be addressed. We will fix that. I have a whole new power steering kit already on the way for this thing. So that's gonna be good. Rear sump. Rear oil pan, I like that a lot. This is what we're dealing with clutch-wise, so we should be able to bleed that. Get track transmission. I need to look up what the special oil is that's meant to go in this, because I think we just put normal oil in here, and before I beat on this, I want to put the proper oil in. If you are Supra guys and you know about this in the comment section, please let me know. Downpipe is a SARD catalytic converter. Huh. So this should actually be legal for shucking. And then it goes to, what is going on here? Some kind of slip joint thing to a resonator, from the resonator to a big old muffler. Oh, it's titanium. Oh my God, it's top secret. This is my first top secret exhaust. I don't even know if you can see the logo, but it says top secret, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm so excited. That's freaking sick. Can we see that? Top secret. That's cool. All right. It has stock suspension though. So odd. Stock suspension. Can we just talk about how, okay, don't get me wrong. There's a little bit of like, you know, surface rust here and there. We're definitely been talking to Serial 9, getting some bushes to replace all of this in the subframe, making this thing feel good. But I don't see like any bad corrosion or rust. The usual kind of stuff you see on these little, you know, sacrificial pieces for the stock exhaust, because I think this is where the stock exhaust comes out, maybe? I'm not sure, but that's what I think. All these pieces though, like I don't see any rust in the chassis. What the hell? Look at these seals. Look at these seals. Oh my God. Oh my God. A little bit of surface there, we'll quickly treat that. Nothing crazy, it's fine. What is going on? How is this car this beautiful? The rear bumper, like Rio support needs to be addressed. Some spider eggs, yum yum. Deal with that later. Even these, solid, no rust. Dude, this is insane. I think there's some kind of fastener that we need to look at. These rear pods are ridiculous. These tires are insane. Hang on. What does it say here? Doesn't have the size. You have to take the wheel off. It just has the stud pattern there. This is ridiculous. Okay, please let me know where to look on this for the usual like rust spots. But like I'm looking at this and I'm thinking we got a crazy clean car. And it makes me feel bad, especially considering how much I paid for this. I cannot wait to make that video and tell you guys what we paid for this. What is this? This is like some kind of, maybe it's like like rust protection stuff. It's just like kind of painted on here. I don't know. We'll look at that later. It's like hand painted on. Anyways, this thing looks incredible. It was previously a mainland car. It's lived in Okinawa. From what I can get information-wise, this spent only 3 years in Okinawa. So I feel like with all the bolts and stuff, we'll replace every bolt. See how they're all got surface rust, all the bolts? We'll change like all the bolt heads and stuff to stainless steel ones or just new ones. Let's get some zinc stuff. I think we're good. This looks great. I'm really mind blown by this chassis. This may be the cleanest chassis I have here, except for maybe the abandoned S15 now that that's been done, and my other S15s, and my Skyline's a little beaten up, but like the seals are not damaged. This is nuts. Like I have not seen a car in Japan without damaged seals from just people jacking them up in crazy situations and things. This is ridiculous. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. I need to definitely get coilovers on this ASAP. Some nice ones, maybe some HKS ones. Get some freaking Serial 9 love on this rear subframe. What is even this diff? This is crazy looking. I wonder if it's LSD. That's a no. The 6 spinning, that's barely, I mean, I guess it kind of is a little. Daiki, can you come hold this other tire? Maybe it's like not a viscous, but like a helicoil kind of LSD. These definitely came from the factory, some kind of LSD. That is not LSD, that's gotta be open, or it's very worn. So that's something we need to buy. I wonder how much an LSD is for these. Ask Tomei, they probably sell one for this. Oh my gosh, this is way too clean.
A few moments later.
Good news, we got the clutch bled. I cannot stress this enough, guys. If you have an air compressor at home, get yourself one of these. Look at that gross oil that we got out of this thing. Me and Sappy tried for the better part of 45 minutes to an hour of non-stop trying to bleed this clutch, and we couldn't get it to bleed. We used a power bleeder. What? No oil?
ちょっと見る?
What? What do you mean there's no oil? We filled this thing up.
いきます。Super shiny.
Oh, just on the E. Okay, we're putting more oil on that. That's ridiculous. I can't believe that. We put like 5 quarts in this. Where did it all go? There's no sign of an oil leak. Maybe it just all went in the oil cooler, but we checked it. I'm so confused now. Anyways, it does have oil in it. It's just on the low mark. We'll fix that and put some more in. I need to change this water hose here. That's pouring out water everywhere. Honestly, I will end up running those to the turbo, but for now I'll just loop that again and we should be good. Everything else is good though, I think. Maybe, question mark, I don't know. I need to get some kind of better hose system here for the heater hoses. I hate this. When you delete the twins, apparently it's just a little awkward. The other thing is coil pack plugs. Those are broken on these, and I have exactly what we need for it over there that we need to put on. Definitely going to need to do a coolant flush on this. That is not the greatest looking coolant. It's just water, but still. When there's this stuff in there, you know the block needs a good flush. Iron block problems, we'll clean that all up. We'll take this thing out tomorrow and give it a good wash too, the pressure washer, and try and clean off a bunch of stuff. This turbo really intrigues me. It's a HGS GT Pro. Looks like it's in good shape. Doesn't have like a ton of play. There's a little bit of play, but nothing I don't expect. It's interesting. I bet you it sounds great too with this kind of T51R style housing. Oh man, I'm way too excited. I keep saying that, I know, but I really am excited. We need to get a link on this ASAP. Let's get this hose changed. I just snapped clean off. We'll change that real quick. I got this hose looped for now with hose clamps so that won't pop off again. And we're just letting this thing fill up with coolant. Should be able to crank this thing now. I want to test the clutch, make sure that's working. Watch your hands, Daiki. We need to get that power steering bled. A little angry. That noise is just the power steering. I wonder why it's so pissed off. Wheels are moving. Just air still stuck in the power steering. We're going to end up changing the power steering system on this anyways, because the OEM one's pretty full of cracks and the piping's all messed up as you saw. My goal is to just get this thing to bleed out nice. It's already starting to get quieter. Hopefully we're getting all the air out now. Oh yeah, it's way quieter now. Drinking lots of water. Good. Power steering's already way quieter. Oh yeah. It's good. It's moving. Backwards and forwards. thing needs some love, man. Just tell. We'll do all the maintenance. Like, it's missing bolts on the manifold and stuff. This thing's obviously, you know we're gonna give this thing something spicy for the turbo side. I know you guys know that, but I wanna see if the clutch is working. It's pretty normal for transmissions to move a little in neutral with the fluid. So that's a good sign. But my biggest thing is if the clutch works. Now this should have some kind of crazy torque like in it. That's just normal. Why is it in snow mode? How do I even turn that off? What is that? Dude, I have so much to learn about Supra stuff. You know what I wanted to know is if the mirrors work. Shut up, they do. Oh, that's a bonus. Both sides too. Hell yeah. That's good. I'm way too excited. Okay, anyways. Clutch. Oh, it works. Imo gokunai? That clutch feels crazy heavy. That feels like exactly what a Supra clutch should feel like. Ready to slay. All right, we're in first gear. Here we go. Moving. Let's go. Oh, traction control's on. It's getting pissed off. How do I turn traction control off in this thing? Oh, here. Here, off. Do I just hold it? Why is snow mode turn on? What is this slip count? Do I just hold this and it shuts off? It's pissed off and flashing. I'm holding it, but it's doing nothing. We definitely need to turn that off. Traction control needs to go to hell. I don't want that on my car. None of these buttons are doing anything. It's probably unplugged behind it or something. Oh, it's definitely pissed off. That's slipping. Anyways, we'll take it out of gear. Dude, that clutch sounds brutal. Whatever that is, it sounds nuts. We're gonna have to get some fresh gas in this. I can already tell this thing's got old gas in it. Dude, the power steering sounds pretty much all but gone now. All the air's out of it. A few more of these. We need to change this Momo wheel. On my top to-do list. We need to work out why the Defi gauges don't work right now. I think it's just a wiring thing. This is a boost controller, HKS boost control. And then what is this Blitz thing? Is that a turbo timer? R-Fit. It sounds good. Just like the turbo's not really doing anything right now. Sounds really good, to be honest. The motor sounds good. Let's see. It sounds good. Sounds sprucey. Not bad. Get our intake back on. Let's see if it sounds any better. A little better. I think I talked about this in the other video, but when I was putting all the coil packs together, I noticed a bunch of the plugs were all broken internally, like on all the pins. So I ordered these ahead of time from the guys at Lynx Japan here. And we got brand new coil pack plugs. These are called, you know what? It just says JZ Ignition there. So I don't know what the official name is of these plugs, but this is the OEM plug that is used for the coil packs, the OEM coil packs. In the future, I definitely want to go to individual like 35 GTR coil packs on this, but that will be down the line. For now, I just want to make sure this thing's running and that that's not a problem because the pins are just like falling in and out off the coil pack. So I'm gonna put these on real quick on the ones that are broken so that we know that's good. I also bought a ton of other spares because my Chaser has a similar issue and they're just always good to have because if you're working on JZ stuff, you're gonna break one of these plugs at some point. In between the engine and the cover is where it just gets a bunch of heat and stays and sits. So the heating and cooling makes the plastic wear out and they're just brittle. Sure, you've all experienced it with injector plugs and stuff like that. They just break. So you should always have spares if you can, if you're working on these kinds of cars. Especially these things. Like how old are these cars now? Like 20, 30 years. So good time to, you know, think about that. Anyways, let's change this plug out and then I got something really special to make this engine bay just 1,000 times better than what it currently is. So let's do that.
A few moments later.
I changed the coil pack plugs, and this is what I think is missing from this engine bay. It didn't come with a cover. I don't know what happened to it, but this is what it deserves. This is what it needs. The blue VVTi cover. This is literally how this thing would have looked. It looks so much better with that on. I cannot, oh dude, we gotta bolt this thing in. It looks great. Oh, I'm so stoked. The only thing that annoys me is this heater hose situation. What do people do with this? This is not cool. This doesn't look great. I'm gonna probably end up, if I can't find anything online, and I've done a bit of Google researching, I can't find any nice kit for it. I'm probably gonna end up just making something work with some dash 10 lines, and I'll weld some fittings onto stuff to make it work. But for the most part, that's kind of everything is somewhat back together. We gotta still go over everything and check everything before I drive this on the road, because I definitely don't want this thing breaking down. Just like things that we were in a rush to do to try and get this thing to run when we were in Okinawa were just like, you know, things like this, right? This isn't even, this little clamp here for the booster isn't even on. So we need to go over everything, and I need to make a list of everything I need to order and replace. Probably the accelerator cable needs to be replaced. You can see it's just like all the plastics fraying off there and stuff. I think I'm gonna end up, obviously at some point, we're gonna end up doing some kind of crazy engine rebuild on this or something. I mean, we don't even know the condition of the engine yet, so there's that. That's kind of lingering over this whole thing and why we were able to even get this for the price that we did. But I wanna just enjoy it tomorrow. There's no point pulling this whole thing apart and not being able to take it for a little drive and stuff, you know, and not even get to experience what it's going to be like. I want that motivation. I want to know what it feels like to drive a Mark IV Supra, an IIII Supra. I've never driven one of these. And all I could think about was driving one of these one day when I stood there checking out the car at the car yard in Australia with my dad. There's a lot of content that I want to make on this, that I need to just do the whole YouTube thing and plan stuff out. But there's a lot that I need to tell you still about this whole project. So now's a good time to remind you, like, comment, share, subscribe. Please let the YouTube algorithm know that you love this content, that you love this YouTube channel. We need you guys to interact with our content more than ever. Not just me, but all your other favorite content creators. The YouTube algorithm is always changing, and right now is the hardest it has ever been for us. So that aside, let's start this thing up, see if it sounds better, if it sounds healthier. I'm just gonna let this cover sit here. I'm gonna probably just put a couple bolts in it so it holds it in place and doesn't move anywhere. But if you have any recommendation on some parts and things that I need to do or delete, if you're a super guru, I'm gonna be paying attention in the comment section. So please give me your 2 cents and any advice that you have, things that I need to check for rust spots or anything like that. But from all I can see, we just need to change a bunch of bolts right now, and that's kind of it. Everything else looks great. Let's start this puppy up. This car starts so easy. How is there anything wrong with this? Like, if you've got a low compression issue, you know, you can just hear it. This motor sounds way too good. We are at the halfway mark. We're warmed up for sure. So we should be able to rev this. I put some fresh high octane gas in the tank too, and we're about 1/4 of a tank, which is good. I want to know what this thing sounds like on limiter. It has an F-con. I know a lot of Japanese tuners did some kind of crazy stuff with limiters back in the day, so maybe it's going to sound a little wild. And I just want to hear the JZ. I want to hear the 2J and just hear if it sounds weird. All right, let's end it. Well, I think it's going to go to like 70, 7,500. I don't think it's going to be set any higher, but we'll find out. It's like 7,800. Like 7,800. Dude, it sounds fine. It sounds fine. Give me the camera, Daiki. Look at this, guys. Check this out. Ready? Hang on. Let's turn the lights on so you guys can see this. You can see it a bit better. Is there a little dim thing here? Oh, that is max brightness. All right, are we ready? It sounds good. It sounds real good. The limiter's kind of It's a soft limiter. It's not a coil pack kind of like an ignition limiter. So we should definitely put this thing on a link and fix that, make this thing sound good. It's a 2J. It needs to pretty much have all the pops and bangs and crazy stuff on limiter. Otherwise though, this motor sounds too good. Like too good to be true. It's idling at like 700. That seems a little low. 690, 680. Not sure if that's a thing, but it sounds great. What? Any weird smoke? Looks fine. I don't see, like, there's no smoke in the shop. Do you want to just give it a little rev for me, Daiki? Don't go to limiter, but like, you know, 5, 6, like boom, 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 boom kind of thing, you know? I just want to see if it's blowing any crazy smoke. I don't think it is, because we'd see it in the shop, but this thing apparently was dumping white smoke. It's fine. It's good. What? The hell? There's nothing wrong with this. We definitely need to do a comp test. We need to work out if this motor's good or not. It sounds fine. Maybe the turbo sounds a little laggy, but that could just be because it has an exhaust like leak here because it doesn't have all of its bolts in the manifold. I don't know. We gotta definitely diagnose this more though. There's gotta be something wrong with it. There has to be. I'm hoping some of you guys are like super nerds and you know a bunch of this info, but from what I can read from the VIN plate here, it might be hard to see on camera, but it's definitely a factory manual because it has V161A03B there, and the V161 means the Getrag transmission. Color was 6NO, so I'm assuming that's like a silver color because the engine bay seems to be painted like that, and the door jambs. This is definitely like a gunmetal respray kind of thing. You can see like the respray on the edge of the rubbers and stuff, but there's a few other things here. Trim is FB20. What does that mean? I'm curious about that. And then there's something here where it says M22 as well. Not sure. Otherwise, it's got 2JZ, GTE. It has Model E-JZA80. And then it says ALFQZ. I'm not sure. Otherwise, though, like, I definitely want to do something with the engine and spruce it up, make it more kind of modern and stuff like that. You guys know what I'm like with that. We need a Link ECU. We need a Garrett turbo. We need probably... I like the OEM intake manifold, but I think we need to definitely do something with that throttle body. So there's a few options there. As for the aero, I've been kind of really starting to like it. The wing, I love. I love the wing. I love the rear. Side skirts, they kind of flow and work with the bumper. Fender's a little different. I feel like they don't match the rest of the aero just because of how these kind of vents are quite different, but I'm not sure. In fact, some people were saying that this was a Jun bumper, but I don't even know, like, is there any kind of marking? If it's a genuine bumper, there you go. It looks like it's broken. Daiki, can you read this at all? Is this like, normally there's some kind of genuine, what is this? Is this, nah, that just doesn't even look like Katakana. It looks so worn off. Supra? Supu. Oh, Supra. Oh, so Supra. There's gotta be something here. Usually there's something if there's genuine, there we go. Bro, this is a C West bumper. It's a C West one. That's even cooler then. So everyone in the comments who said this was a Jun bumper was wrong. I thought it was a Vilside kit, the whole car. But it's a C West front bumper. Now I just want to take all the aero off and look for the markers. Genuine aero always has this kind of like, you know, sticker that's been put into the fiberglass so it's identifiable. This is a little, how you doing there? But anyways, it works. So C West front bumper. So C West, I believe, was the aero kit that they used on the 34 in Fast and Furious. So that's kind of cool. So C West, fenders, I don't know. If you guys know what the fenders are, put it in the comments. Side skirts, everything else I love. I love the rear end. I know some of you don't like this, but I'm pretty sure this is a Veal side rear end. I could be wrong though. We'll pull it off later and have a look. But for now, my main goal is to be able to drive this and enjoy it and everything, you know, get a feel for what it's like to drive a Supra. Bonnet though, I definitely want to go to something OEM. I definitely want to put an OEM bumper back on this. Sorry, not bumper, bonnet. Definitely want to put an OEM hood, bonnet, whatever you want to call it, back on it. This just freaks me out. We've got two latches that aren't being used and it's only bonnet pins, and I know it's carbon fiber and it's good for weight reduction, but it freaks me out and I just want to have the latches too. This is going to be a nice street car and we want to keep it that way. Otherwise though, like, everything else is pretty well straight, like good. Like seat wise, I want to put some Bride buckets in it, but then I'm like, if it's going to be a street car, should we do Bride reclinables? I don't know. Or should we keep it, you know, true to the whole Supra thing and do the whole, what is it, I can't even think about it right now. The interior spec where it came with OEM Recaros, and this may be one of the OG OEM Recaros, the RZ. I think the RZ trim model came with these. Maybe this is an RZ, I don't know. But anyways, the steering wheel has to go, definitely. We need matching seats. It's driving me insane that there's like a SP2 party seat and then this. We have to do something. And we got to fix this shifter. I hate that this shift knob has this huge gap here between the thing that it helps, you know, engage it into reverse. There's a lot of stuff we obviously want to work on. Oh, we haven't looked in the trunk yet. That's something we need to do. Daiki, can you lift the trunk for me, please? There's something weird with the trunk. I don't know why it's not popping, but like it pops, but then if I walk around the back without Daiki lifting it, it doesn't unlatch. Now, some people in the comments are saying I need to be careful with these. These seals here apparently fail. Like looking at here, do you have a flashlight, Daiki? I know Supra's apparently like in the seals, there's a bit of surface there, but nothing crazy. Like that rubs off with, oh, that's not even, that's just dust and dirt. That's kind of nice. All right. And then up in here is just clean. I don't see anything there. Just freaking awesome. There might be a tiniest little bit of something there. Other side looks great too. Now, these seals apparently fail and leak water in the trunk, which just seems like a 90s, 2000s car problem. Oh, okay, yep, we need to get to that surface rust there. See that? Dude, that's good that we saw that now. Look at that in there. You can see that little bit of surface rust there. We can get to that. That seems like a common thing to hit too. Oh yeah, you can see it from here. We'll hit that. Get that treated right away. That's easy. That's barely getting started. That's good. So that's probably just because it spent time in Okinawa, and when they resprayed the car, they didn't do inside there. So that's easy to get to. Awesome. I'm glad we found that. Everything else looks awesome though. We need to pull this carpet out. So apparently these seals fail, leak water into here, and then the boot can, like the trunk base, whatever you want to call it, gets rusty. What is that? It's like a little secret compartment there. Does this still work? Hey. All right, let's lift this up. Dude, there's actually kind of a lot of space in here. Not much, but a lot. Put some stuff. Dude, what? Look, it comes with all the OEM stuff for changing a tire. Does it have the spare tire? Oh, I can already see it does. But these got a little space saver in here, or a big space saver. What size is that? That's massive. 420 kPa, 60 psi. What is this? Oh, it's a 17. Okay, it looks way bigger. Oh, that sucks. This is broken. And we are seeing some surface rust. Nothing bad by the looks of it there. Let's get this out. Let's dive into this. So maybe we do need to change the seals. If there's rust in here, there's a good chance that that water's sat in here. The fact that this is coming out this easy is freaking awesome. It's even still got the little foam seal there. How do you even... okay, more surface. Okay. Starting to feel like I definitely bought like a 30-year-old, 20, 30-year-old car at this point. This stuff is all in here, which is awesome. It's not looking too bad, but it does look like maybe this got re-sprayed in here and they just covered the surface rust. No, it doesn't look like it. I think this is OEM. Let's keep digging. That sucks that that's broken. I wonder if I could find that on Yahoo Auctions. It'd be cool to have the non-broken ones. What is that? Moonlit Starry Night Candlelight. Oh, that smells like old person aftershave. Do you want a starry night, Daiki? It smells like old people, right? I don't know whose this is, no offense, but it smells like my granddad. That's funny. I can't wait to show May that tomorrow. Otherwise, like, this is not that bad. Like, this all rubs off of my hand. Yeah, look. Rubs off with my finger. So we can treat that with just the standard kind of rust treatment, and then it'll be good. Everything looks good. Like, hang on, let me open up this light and have a good look in here. Look at that. The OEM sealant is in there, like seam sealer. Everything looks amazing in there. Just a bit of surface around there from water sitting in here. So we treat that right away and it'll be fine. Same up here. We probably should peel this up back, Get that off to get a good look underneath there. See if we can get this out. I do not want to break this foam. This side's still together. There we go. Came out. Tiniest bit of surface there under the foam. That's treatable, no problem. Comes over my finger. Everything else, immaculate. Seam sealer, everything looks so good. Dude, we lucked out so much with this car. This is so nice. Is this actually the OEM color or did... Wait, I'm really curious now. Maybe the OEM color is kind of this gunmetal gray, but it's definitely been resprayed. You can see the signs of the respray. But is this an OEM color? Now I'm really confused. Supra guys, please help me in the comments. Otherwise though, I love this. Like this looks so good. It doesn't look like it was resprayed in here, but I'm just curious because like the paint looks so good. Anyways, that's that. Yeah, why is the seam sealer painted here but they're not painted there? That's got me questioning things. And then that's like a different color there. I don't know. That has me a little worried or just curious. I don't know what's up there. We'll pull this whole plastic apart and then we'll make more sense. Maybe they did repaint that section. I don't know. Otherwise though, I'm pretty stoked. Underbody of the car looks immaculate. Everything else pretty much like there's definitely problems with the car. Like it's not 100% like ready to rip, good to go car. There's definitely some stuff that needs work and cleaning up and touching up on and, you know, restoring, but nothing like what we got with that. This is going to be a walk in the park. It's already a street car. So that's why like I'm going to focus on getting this thing shuck-in legal as soon as possible. We're going to get the temp tags tomorrow, enjoy it. And we could probably have shuck-in on this by the end of the week if we're lucky. I don't see anything really shuck-in illegal on the car. It's got stock, you know, suspension. Maybe it's a little too low. If that's a problem, then we just take this, you know, whatever, we take the aero off or something to go get the shuck-in. I don't know. I'm kind of mind blown at this point. I'm just like really... I paid nothing like what I should have paid for this, it feels like. We don't know though until we check the engine. That's the compression test is where I'm concerned, but I'm not going to think about that until we get to drive the car in the street and I get a feel for the Supra. That's what we want. So just to recap, some things I'd love your help with in the comments is, do you know what each piece of this aero looks like to you? I believe the rear's veal side, maybe the front fender's a Jun from going by the comments and what a lot of people were saying and some Googling. But we've got a C-West bumper. Does that mean the side skirts might be C-West? It's definitely like period correct. And that's why I kind of dig the whole vibe of the car, because back in, you know, these days, people were mix and matching aero and the whole big wing kind of crazy aero in this thing too is definitely very period correct. So I like it and I want to kind of keep it like that because it's like a memory of what it was like in that period of time in Japanese tuning culture. But obviously we need to do something with the engine bay. So put some things down in the comments what you guys would like to see. I'd like to, you know, we'll find out if the engine's good in an upcoming episode, obviously. But from what I can hear, just by going by sound, it sounds fine, which is crazy to me. We'll go over other things in another video as well, like how much we paid for this and what the process was like and all that type of stuff. I think you guys are going to be very interested in that. Otherwise though, I'm really excited for tomorrow because I get to show May, I get to show Chi-chan, I get to get their reaction. If we get the temp tags in time, we'll be able to take this thing for its first drive too, which I'm really excited about. Anyways, thanks for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I'll see you in the next one. More Supra content. Peace.